gentlemen, welcome to the City of Millville Commission meeting for January 3rd, 2017. Approximate time is 6:40. Roll call.
Okay. Mayor Santiago?
Here.
Commissioner Ennis?
Here.
Commissioner Davis?
Here.
Commissioner Pareka-Campari? Here. And Commissioner Sui?
Here.
For our invocation today, we'll have Reverend Lewis, we say this wrong.
Speeds.
Junior, Central Baptist Church, and we'll follow him with the flag salute.
Let's pray together. Father, we thank you for this year, 2017, and we thank you for these fine public servants who have been willing to give of their time to make our city a better place to live in. So I pray that you might bless their efforts this year, Lord, as they seek to honor you and those who elected them to public service. I pray that your Spirit might be evident in our meeting tonight so that we can work constructively for the betterment of our city. We thank you in Jesus' name. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Thank you, Reverend Stevens. This meeting is being conducted in accordance with the Open Public Meeting Act of 1975, was advertised, posted, and made available to the public as required by the law. The municipal clerk is directed to include a statement in the minutes of this meeting. Madam Clerk, are there any review changes to the agenda?
Yes, Mayor. The changes include the addition of the December 30th meeting minutes for approval, and also the noise ordinance, which is on the agenda tonight for second reading, can actually be introduced as amended per the work session discussion for final adoption on January 17th.
Thank you.
Motion to approve and dispense with the reading of the December 20th, 2016 work session meeting minutes, closed session minutes, and commission meeting minutes, and the December 30th, 2016 commission meeting minutes, and to proceed with the regular order of business. Motion?
Second motion.
Any comments? Roll call.
Commissioner Ennis?
Yes.
Commissioner Davis?
Yes.
Commissioner Pareka-Campari?
Yes.
Commissioner Sui?
Yes.
And Mayor Santiago?
Yes.
Move to
Waive the bills, please.
pay the bills.
Second?
Any comments? Roll call.
Commissioner Ennis?
Yes.
Commissioner Davis?
Yes.
Commissioner Pareka-Campari?
Yes.
Commissioner Sui?
Yes.
Mayor Santiago?
Yes.
Okay, motion carries.
We've now reached the public comment portion on agenda items only. Anyone who would like to comment on an agenda item, please step up to the podium. You have 5 minutes. State your name and your address, please.
Good evening, Tim Cardy, Millville. I just want to touch on agenda item number 13.3, the second reading on the parking for the Lavoie, the 15 minutes all hours of the day. Again, like I stated last meeting, I disagree with this, especially for the amount of shows they have and also who's going to enforce it. And I hate to say it, but if I was sitting up there and I know you guys go to High Street and eat a lot, and we already have problems with the parking, and I ride by 2 empty parking spots because this ordinance was passed and I was the one that passed it, my wife would probably smack me upside my head. Especially if I'm trying to ride around and find the parking spots. And I sat up there and I approved it. And the same thing about the loading and unloading zones. If they're doing this as far as the patrons go, it's going to be another issue because who's going to be out there directing the traffic? Especially if they want 2 stalls. If you have 1 car in the first stall and the second spot's empty, people aren't going to try to parallel park and they're going to wait. And also about the handicap parking, because you can't put a handicap ramp in there in the front of the door. Then my other one is resolution 14.1. I was going through the budget and I noticed something about aid to the volunteer ambulance company for $27,562.50. As far as I know, that the ambulance service being provided, that they don't have any volunteers. And if they do, how are we checking to see if their volunteers are active? And what kind of standards are they being held as far as the percentage of calls they're making? Like the fire company's volunteers has to do as far as LoSAP goes. I think before we go ahead and is that just a $27,562 a one-time fee, or is there going to be multiple payments on that? Because if they do have volunteers, I'd really like to see if their volunteers have their certifications, how many calls they're making, and their percentages. And that's it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Robert Barrett, Millville. I want to speak about the parking ordinance for the Levoy. The Levoy really hasn't given us much in return for our investment. Just another bad deal for the city. We continue to suffer from bad deals. It's bad enough that we keep on giving these tax abatements to businesses, you know, the first time they come around, and then they can apply for another one to expand. And that puts more burden on the taxpayers, and then you're going to have it a direct burden on the people of Millville by trying to find a parking spot on High Street. And I'm telling you right now, the FAF building is coming down. It's not a question of if, it's when. Okay? So you're going to force more people to park in front of a building that's going to collapse right on their car. So that's more money that the city's going to have to pay out in liabilities. And like I said, it's just another bad deal for the city, and we continue to get screwed by bad deals. Please stop. Thank you.
Anyone else? Seeing no one else, I close the public portion on agenda items. Reports of commissioners. Commissioner Davis.
Good evening. I touched on this last meeting, but we did really have a banner year in the Public Affairs Department. Rental registrations were way up. Foreclosure registrations and vacant property registrations were way up in 2016 for a grand total of $762,659. So that's great revenue coming into the city because of dedicated staff. I told them today I'll shoot for $1 million next year, or this year, excuse me. Happy New Year, by the way. Just another note that the Dollar General application before the Planning Board will not be heard in the January meeting. Maybe they'll have it ready to go in February, but they're not ready. And the Department of Public Affairs is actively pursuing a new planner/economic development person. We're looking over several different options. That's all, Mayor.
Thank you. Department of Parks and Public Property.
All right, first of all, the trash ordinance that was discussed and brought to our attention at the times were too late for some people to get their trash out is in the process of being redrafted, and at such time it'll be up here introduced, and we'll have a public comment period as well as a first and second reading to take care of that. So anybody concerned about that, that's there. Second, the street sweeper has been out of operation. It's back in operation today, or tomorrow, I'm sorry. Yeah, tomorrow. For those of you that were asking about that. And for the loose leaves, there was 4,925 bags of loose leaves and grass clippings collected for December. And for the entire year, there was 79,662 bags collected. So you can see those guys were pretty busy doing that. There was also a total of 1,469 tons of brush collected. And loose leaves, there was 2,887.5 tons collected. Now, we're still currently on our first pass through the loose leaves. And once we finish Laurel Lake, when we do Laurel Lake, we'll go through the city one more time for the last time until the next season. Due to the holidays, we're a day behind on the bag route and the tire route, and we should be caught up with that by the end of the week. We're getting a lot of complaints with potholes. We're trying to fill them up. We also have the gas company doing remediation where they, dug the new services and whatnot, and there's a huge list. So if anybody has any questions about that, you can email me or let me know, and I'll find out if the particular street you're interested in is on that list. Catch basin repairs we'll start again in the spring along with our road repairs. And our recycling tonnage reports are being put together by Mike McNish, and they're important because we get money for those. We get money back for those. On the recreation side, on the events, we have 3 Kings Day this Saturday, January 7th at 11 a.m. in the Commissioner Chambers, and each child that attends will receive a free gift. The Holly City Walking Club. The Walking Club's held every Tuesday and Thursday from 6:30 to 7:30 at Lakeside. And if school is closed, remember there's no walking. That progress, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Department of Public Works.
Mayor, no report at this time, sir.
Thank you. Department of Revenue and Finance.
Yes, I just want to say about the planning board, the January 9th meeting is when they'll have the final hearing for the new land use. So if anyone's interested, we've been working on that probably for 9 months. So that will finally be completed at this meeting. Then it will be turned over to zoning to change the ordinances, and that should help economic development in the city. We're trying to simplify everything. And progress is being made on collecting balances from loans. I'm very pleased the collection attorney is working very hard. We've had several repaid. Those who do not repay, we are actively pursuing the collections of those, so we're making progress that way. And with that progress.
Thank you, Commissioner. Department of Public Safety, I have a report here from Chief Lippincott in reference to fire and the breakdown. Total emergency response for the month of December was 91. Total fire calls for 2016 were 1,196. Breakdown for the month, fire calls, structures and dwelling were 5. Multiple alarm fires were 2. All hands fires were 1. Second alarm fires were 1. And 0 third alarm fires. Total structure fires for 2016 were 96. Total multiple alarm fires for 2016 were 16. Fire calls of vehicle were 2. Fire calls for brush and trash were 4. Rescue motor vehicle crashes were 30. Water ice rescue was 0. Hazardous condition were 10. General service assist public were 9. Good intent 6, and false alarm were 25. Total man hours for emergencies were 517.5, and total man hours for 2016 was 4,861 hours. Work details were 3. Drills and training were 2, and fire prevention program. Their smoke detectors inspections for the month were 31. For the year were 307. Fire safety permits issued were 1 for the month, and for the year were 84. Life hazard fire inspections were 49. Year-to-date were 546. So they continue to stay busy in the fire department. The police department report for the month of December. We'll start with weapon offenses were 3. Warrant services were 44. Violations of restraining orders were final restraining order or just the first one were 10. Verbal disputes 11. Unwanted persons 28. Services of those TROs and final restraining order were 17. Transports were 4. Traffic detail 1. Traffic hazard or traffic road hazard were 5. Threats 6. Thefts 39. Suspicious circumstances were 173. Standby and escorts were 24. Stalking were 1. Simple assaults 14. Shots fired total were 6. 4 were confirmed. 2 were confirmed and 4 were unconfirmed. Shoplifting were 40. Sexual offense registrations were 20. Sexual assaults reported were 6. Search warrants execution were 7, and robberies were 7. Repossessions were 10. Not a good thing around the holidays. Recovered property were 15. Pursuits were 1. Public service 9. Psychological were 17. Prostitution were 3. Property checks were 48. We also have a project medicine drop. If you don't know that, if you have any medicine that you cannot discard, we have a special mailbox within the foyer of the police department. We just don't take any liquids. It has to be pill form. You can drop that at the police department. Each department in the county sheriff's department has one. So that was 2. Pedestrian stops were 32. Parking complaints were 22. Ordinance violation were 6. Notifications were 19. Noise complaint, other disturbance were 27. Motor vehicle stops were 260. Motor vehicle repossessions were 5. Complaints of motor vehicles by citizens were 59. Motor vehicle thefts were 4. Motor vehicle crash 92. Missing persons 8. Lost and found were 9. Loitering was 4. Landlord and tenant disputes were 2. We had 1 kidnapping, 29 juvenile complaints, Injured personnel were 1, identity theft were 3, hit and runs were 17, harassment were 46, fraud were 10, firearms applications were 59, fire calls 7, fingerprints were 1, and they responded to 22 fights. In addition, other things that they do, expungement of reports were 1, drug overdoses were 8, driving when intoxicated were 1, domestic violences were 97, disorderly conduct 23, abandoned motor vehicles 19, death investigations were 3, custody visitation dispute were 11, crossing guard details were 5, criminal trespass were 7, criminal mischief 17, civil matter 17, child custody dispute 3, checks of well-being were 40, possession of narcotics or under the influence were 4, distribution were 3, burglaries to vehicle 9, burglaries to vacant homes were 7, burglaries to occupied residents were 22, assist other agency were 1,143, as backup, assist other agency were 32, assist medical responders were 41, animal complaints 56, and alarm calls were 130. Aggravated assaults were 2. Aircraft, we had 1 aircraft incident, and alarm calls were 63. So calls for service were 3,292 for the end of the year. So very, very busy police department. I also have a report here from our narcotics unit, and what I did was I just highlighted some things that they've done in December. They made 3 prostitution arrests, made 3 drug arrests, which were pertaining to paraphernalia, and also issued summonses for ordinance violations. They assisted our county prosecutor's office, narcotics unit, along with the New Jersey State Police. Nuisance complaints, they had an arrest with a nuisance complaint, or the residence was maintaining a nuisance. Also did several motor vehicle stops targeting narcotics distribution, executed search warrants. I believe it was 4 search warrants that they did, recovering heroin and other contraband. So our new established drug unit is doing a great job. With that, we move on. Have somebody accept that. Fire report.
Do we need to receive and file the reports, Jeannie?
Fire report.
Yeah, motion to receive and file.
That's fine, yep.
Motion to receive and file.
Second. Go ahead.
All in favor? Or let's have a roll call.
Commissioner Ennis?
Yes.
Commissioner Davis?
Yes.
Commissioner Campari?
Yes.
Commissioner Sui?
Yes.
And Mayor Santiago?
Yes.
All right, motion carries.
We go right into ordinances on second reading, please.
Okay. So we have an ordinance on second reading, which is an ordinance amending Chapter 30, Article 9, Zoning Board of Adjustment, Section 85, Membership, and Section 86, alternate members, in order to provide that all members of the Zoning Board of Adjustment be appointed by the Board of Commissioners.
Go ahead.
Move the ordinance on second reading.
Second it.
Any comments? Roll call. Oh, I'm sorry. Second.
Public hearing.
Anyone that would like to make a comment on this agenda item, please step up to the mic, state your name and your concerns, and limit your comments to 5 minutes. Guess we don't have ordinances on.
Good evening, Kirk Hewitt-Noah. I attended the zoning board meeting back December, had to do with Hendrick's house. My opinion with this ordinance, I would like to ask each and every one of you to approve it, to vote yes, so that it's a quorum on picking and putting folks on the zoning board. I don't think there should be anybody sitting on the zoning board making decisions that might have a second, maybe a first choice that it could do something for them. There was one gentleman that recused himself from the meeting, sat out, because he was a member of the church, which, okay, that was his choice, that was good. There was one man that I think he was a little bit swayed in his vote, and it could have caused the opening of a floodgate for a lot of the same situation, rehabs coming to this town. That gentleman probably should have sat that meeting out, because, let's face it, somebody that's highly involved with the ambulance corps, the rescue squad in Millville, that votes yes for a drug rehab facility, tends to, his organization, profit pretty much from that. And that's my feeling. That's why I would ask you is to put this as a new ordinance. Let all 5 of the people sitting there make the decision. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Seeing no one else, close the public portion on this agenda item. Roll call.
Commissioner Ennis?
Yes.
Commissioner Davis?
Yes.
Commissioner Perecca Campari?
Yes.
Commissioner Sui?
Yes.
Mayor Santiago?
Yes.
Okay, motion carries. Okay, we have an ordinance, this is on second reading, however, since the discussion in the work session, it will need to be, approved as amended and would be considered a first reading with a second hearing on January 17th. This is the ordinance rescinding Article 10, Noise Pollution Control of Chapter 52, 52 through 37 through 52 through 43, as well as Article 21 of Chapter 30, 30 through to 47.8, and replacing said sections with the State of New Jersey Model Noise Control Ordinance as set forth in Article 26 of Chapter 52, 52 through 70 through 52 through 81. I think in the discussion we were removing sections A and B.
Actually, it's just for the benefit of the public, if I may.
Thank you.
It's what was previously introduced. If you look at section 52-78, which is entitled Restricted Uses and Activities, the first 3 subsections are being deleted, which is permitted under the state model noise ordinance. And A would regulate the use of power tools by homeowners. That's being deleted. B would regulate the use of such tools by commercial landscapers and the like. And C would regulate construction activity. Those 3 subsections are going to be deleted. That's what the amendment is.
Yeah, so this is a motion to approve the ordinance as amended with the final consideration of on January 17th.
So moved.
Second the motion.
Any comments? Roll call.
Are we having okay, so we're not doing public hearing. So
Yes.
Commissioner Ennis?
Yes.
Commissioner Davis?
Yes.
Commissioner Perecca Campari?
Yes.
Commissioner Sui?
Yes.
And Mayor Santiago?
Yes.
Okay, motion carries. Thank you. This ordinance on second reading is an ordinance amending Chapter 39, Article 10, Schedule 22, parking time limited for High Street, West Side, 15 minutes, all hours.
Again, I open this up to the public. Anyone that would like to make a comment?
Nobody
No, oh,
Nobody
how am I
moved.
going? Motion. No, I'll make, you want to make a motion? I want to make a motion? All right.
The motion fails. Okay. So we have an ordinance on second reading, an ordinance amending Chapter 39, Article 10, Schedule 12, loading zone for the purpose of adding a new loading zone on High Street in front of the Lavoie Theater for a duration of 15 minutes at all times on all days.
You want to make a motion? Motion?
So motion fails, or
Fails for lack of
Fails.
motion.
yeah, fails for lack of motion. Thank you, Brock.
Go right into resolutions, please.
Okay. Resolution item 1 is the resolution adopting the 2017 temporary budget.
I move the resolution.
Second?
Any comments?
This budget is the exact same as what we passed last year, but 1/4 of it. because the new budget will not be voted on and go into effect. I believe we're going to start on that in February.
Any other comments?
Well, and I guess to answer Mr. Carty's question, I think it's just listed as a volunteer rescue squad. It is the donation to the rescue squad that the city's made for years. We've trimmed that back and cut it back. We got rid of the gas allowance and a few other perks that were part of it. So that's what we chose to give them. And it's, I don't know if it was a multi-year contract, I believe also, when we passed it.
And I believe the thought process behind that is it's cheaper to have the Millville Rescue Squad than it is for the city to have its own rescue squad. I'm not sure that I agree with that assessment. Looking at violence, I mean, it's cheaper. However, violence kind of breaks even. So is it worth all the aggravation or not?
Any other comments? Roll call.
Commissioner Ennis?
Yes.
Commissioner Davis?
Yes.
Commissioner Campari?
Yes.
Commissioner Sui?
Yes.
Mayor Santiago?
Yes.
Motion carries. Item 2 is a resolution authorizing a professional service contract with Brock D. Russell Esquire, City Solicitor, for an amount not to exceed $162,000 for the period January 1st, 2017 through December 31st, 2017.
I move the resolution. I have certification of funds in the amount of $162,000.
Second the motion.
Any comments?
I do. This will be hopefully Mr. Russell's third year as city solicitor. I think he's done an excellent job. The staff is happy with him, and I'm looking forward to hopefully working with him for the upcoming year.
Anyone else? I'd like to make a comment. As you'll know tonight, a lot of these contracts that we're going to either require or not, they're fair and open. Just like Mr. Russell, he was the only one that put in for that position as our city solicitor. And there's 5 others for other different positions that put in. I just hope that we're fair and open with all those decisions. With that, roll call.
Commissioner Ennis?
Yes.
Commissioner Davis?
Yes.
Commissioner Campari?
Yes.
Commissioner Sui?
Yes.
Mayor Santiago?
Yes.
Motion carries. Item 3 is a resolution designating the following as the City of Millville's official newspapers for the calendar year of 2017: the Daily Journal, the Press of Atlantic City, and the South Jersey Times.
Move the resolution.
Second the motion.
Any comments? Roll call.
Commissioner Ennis?
Yes.
Commissioner Davis?
Yes.
Commissioner Campari?
Yes.
Commissioner Sui?
Yes.
Mayor Santiago?
Yes.
Motion carries. Resolution item 4 is a resolution authorizing the adoption of the cash management plan in accordance with NJSA 40A:5-14.
Move the resolution.
Second the motion.
Any comments? Roll call.
Commissioner Ennis?
Yes.
Commissioner Davis?
Yes.
Commissioner Campari?
Yes.
Commissioner Sui?
Yes.
Mayor Santiago?
Yes.
Motion carries. Item 5 is a resolution designating Ocean First Bank as the depository for the City of Millville's municipal funds.
Move the resolution.
Second.
Any comments? Roll call.
Commissioner Ennis?
Yes.
Commissioner Davis?
Yes.
Commissioner Campari?
Yes.
Commissioner Sui?
Yes.
Mayor Santiago?
Yes.
Motion carries. Item 6 is a resolution approving the designated meeting dates of the Board of Commissioners for the calendar year 2017.
Move the resolution.
Second the motion.
Any comments? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Ennis?
Yes.
Commissioner Davis?
Yes.
Commissioner Campari?
Yes.
Commissioner Sui?
Yes.
Mayor Santiago?
Yes.
Item 7 is a resolution authorizing the City of Millville's designated depository Ocean First Bank to disperse funds of the City of Millville on checks signed by the Mayor, Director of Revenue and Finance, and the Chief Financial Officer.
Move the resolution.
Second the motion.
Any comments? Roll call.
Commissioner Ennis?
Yes.
Commissioner Davis?
Yes.
Commissioner Campari?
Yes.
Commissioner Sui?
Yes.
Mayor Santiago?
Yes.
Motion carries. Item 8 is a resolution authorizing water sewer termination on January 23rd, 2017, due to failure to comply with the utility ordinance pursuant to Section 56-18 of the Municipal Code.
Move the resolution.
Second it.
Any comments? Roll call.
Commissioner Ennis?
Yes.
Commissioner Davis?
Yes.
Commissioner Campari?
Yes.
Commissioner Sui?
Yes.
Mayor Santiago?
Yes.
Motion carries. Item 9, A resolution authorizing water sewer termination on January 23rd, 2017, due to payment default pursuant to Section 56-18 of the Municipal Code.
Move the resolution.
Second the motion?
Any comments? Roll call.
Commissioner Ennis?
Yes.
Commissioner Davis?
Yes.
Commissioner Perecca Campari?
Yes.
Commissioner Sui?
Yes.
Mayor Santiago?
Yes.
Motion carries. Item 10 is a resolution authorizing adjustments to the tax and utility records.
Move the resolution.
Second the motion?
Any comments? Roll call.
Commissioner Ennis?
Yes.
Commissioner Davis?
Yes.
Commissioner Perecca Campari?
Yes.
Commissioner Sui?
Yes.
Mayor Santiago?
Yes.
Motion carries. Item 11 is a resolution authorizing professional service contract with Ford Scott and Associates of Ocean City to perform as auditing services in an amount not to exceed $81,500 for the period covering January 1st, 2017 through December 31st, 2017.
Move the resolution. I have certification of funds in the amount of $81,500.
Second the motion.
Any comments? Once again, this is the only company to put in. Like I stated before, I hope that we make the right decision and keep this fair and open. Roll call.
Commissioner Ennis?
Yes.
Commissioner Davis?
Yes.
Commissioner Perecca Campari?
Yes.
Commissioner Sui?
Yes.
Mayor Santiago?
Yes.
Motion carries. Item 12 is a resolution authorizing professional service contract with Robert Berry to act as hearing officer for administrative proceedings involving disciplinary and grievance matters within the Millville Police Department in an amount not to exceed $16,000 for the period covering January 1st, 2017 through December 31st, 2017.
Before we move the motion, I do have certification of funds approved by our Chief Financial Officer, Marcella Shepherd, totaling $16,000. Move the motion, please.
Okay.
Second.
Any comments? Mr. Berry's been doing an outstanding job for the police department. He's the one that does the hearing on disciplinary matters, and I'm very satisfied with his service. Roll call.
Commissioner Ennis?
Yes.
Commissioner Davis?
Yes.
Commissioner Perecca Campari?
Yes.
Commissioner Sui?
Yes.
Mayor Santiago?
Yes.
Motion carries. Item 13, resolution authorizing professional service contract with J.P. Bainbridge and Associates of Cape May Courthouse to perform professional appraisal services in connection with tax court appeals presently pending before the New Jersey Tax Court in an amount not to exceed $10,000 for the period covering January 1st, 2017 through December 31st, 2017.
I move the resolution. I have certification of funds in the amount of $10,000.
Second the motion.
Any comments? Again, Bain and Ridge were the only one that applied for this, so I hope that we stay fair with this contract, fair and open. Roll call.
Commissioner Ennis?
Yes.
Commissioner Davis?
Yes.
Commissioner Perecca Campari?
Yes.
Commissioner Sui?
Yes.
Mayor Santiago?
Yes.
Motion carries. Item 14 is a resolution authorizing professional service contract with Allen Associates of Vineland, New Jersey to act as insurance broker of record for the City of Millville Employee Health Benefit Program related to insurers for dental, vision, prescription drugs, and life insurance to be paid by the various insurers for the period covering January 1st, 2017 through December 31st, 2017.
Move the resolution.
Second the motion.
Any comments? Once again, Allen Associates were the only one that applied, so I hope that we stay fair and open with this resolution. Roll call.
Commissioner Ennis?
Yes.
Commissioner Davis?
Yes.
Commissioner Perecca Campari?
Yes.
Commissioner Sui?
Yes.
Mayor Santiago?
Yes.
Motion carries. Item 15 is a resolution authorizing professional service contract with Sarah Birdsall of Greenwich, New Jersey to perform as planning consultant in an amount not to exceed $25,000 for the period covering January 1st, 2017 through December 31st, 2017.
Yeah, Mayor, I have certification of funds in the amount of $25,000 by the CFO, Marcella Shepherd. Move the resolution.
Second the motion.
Any comments? Roll call.
Commissioner Ennis?
Yes.
Commissioner Davis?
Yes.
Commissioner Perecca Campari?
Yes.
Commissioner Sui?
Yes.
Mayor Santiago?
Yes.
Motion carries. Item 16 is a resolution authorizing a first amendment to professional service contract approved by Resolution R54-2016 on February 2nd, 2016 with Triad Associates to perform professional community development Grant Program Advisory Services to provide for an additional amount not to exceed $500.
Yes, Mayor, I have a certification of funds in the amount of $500 certified by the Chief Financial Officer, Marcellus Shepard. Move the resolution.
Second?
Second the motion.
Any comments?
I just wanted to clarify, this is not for the contract for the upcoming year. This is just to close out the contract for the past year.
Up to February.
What happened was, we were like $135 over from the contract from last year, so we're just adding additional funds so we can pay the final bill from them, and then they'll be finished.
Thank you for that explanation. Roll call.
Okay. Commissioner Ennis,
Yes.
Commissioner Davis,
Yes.
Commissioner Perecca Campari,
Yes.
Commissioner Sui,
Yes.
Mayor Santiago.
Yes.
Motion carries. Item 17 is a resolution authorizing professional service contract with Bruno Associates of Clifton, New Jersey, to perform professional services in connection with the CDBG program and the Home Investment Partnership Program for an amount not to exceed $25,000 for the period covering January 1st, 2017 through December 31st, 2017.
Mayor, I have certification of funds in the amount of $25,000 from CFO Marcellus Shepard. Move the resolution.
Second the motion.
Any comments?
I had a comment on this one. This contract on the service might look like it was more expensive than one of the other contracts. However, their contract is going to stipulate hourly rate. Their hourly rate was $75 versus the other contracts were $135. We will not need to use them, hopefully, for the entire $25,000 amount, so it will be a cost savings for us.
Thank you, Commissioner. Roll call.
Commissioner Ennis?
Yes.
Commissioner Davis?
Yes.
Commissioner Perecca Campari?
Yes.
Commissioner Sui?
Yes.
Mayor Santiago?
Yes.
Motion carries. Item 18 is a resolution authorizing professional service contract with Fleischman Daniels Law Offices of Northfield, New Jersey, to provide bond counsel services in an amount not to exceed $10,000 for the period covering January 1st, 2017 through December 31st, 2017.
I move the resolution. I have certification of funds in the amount of $10,000.
Second?
Any comments? Roll call.
Commissioner Ennis?
Yes.
Commissioner Davis?
Yes.
Commissioner Perecca Campari?
Yes.
Commissioner Sui?
Yes.
Mayor Santiago?
Yes.
Motion carries. Item 19 is a resolution authorizing a professional service contract with Phoenix Advisors of Bordentown, New Jersey, to provide financial advisory services in an amount not to exceed $5,000 for the period covering January 1st, 2017 through December 31st, 2017.
I move the resolution. I have certification of funds in the amount of $5,000.
Second the motion.
Any comments? Roll call.
Commissioner Ennis?
Yes.
Commissioner Davis?
Yes.
Commissioner Perecca Campari?
Yes.
Commissioner Sui?
Yes.
Mayor Santiago?
Yes.
Motion carries. Item 20 is a resolution authorizing professional service contract with David J. Battistini of Millville, New Jersey, to perform engineering services for the municipality for an amount not to exceed $80,000 for the period covering January 1st, 2017 through December 31st, 2017.
I move the resolution and have certification of funds in the amount of $80,000 signed by the CFO.
Second the motion?
Any comments? Roll call.
Commissioner Ennis?
Yes.
Commissioner Davis?
Yes.
Commissioner Perecca Campari?
Abstain.
Thank you. Commissioner Sui?
Yes.
Mayor Santiago?
Yes.
Motion carries. Item 21, a resolution authorizing professional service contract with GPM Associates, Advanced GEO Services of Cherry Hill, New Jersey, to perform consulting engineer services for special projects in an amount not to exceed $25,000 for the period covering January 1st, 2017 through December 31st, 2017.
Guess what?
Resolution moved with certification of funds totaling $25,000, signed by Chief Financial Officer Marcellus Shepard.
Second the motion.
Any comments? Roll call.
Commissioner Ennis?
Yes.
Commissioner Davis?
Yes.
Commissioner Perecca Campari?
Yes.
Commissioner Sui?
Yes.
Mayor Santiago?
Yes.
Motion carries. Item 22, a resolution authorizing professional service contract with Nona Ostrov of Voorhees, New Jersey, to perform as special counsel for bankruptcy in an amount not to exceed $25,000 for a period covering January 1st, 2017 through December 31st, 2017.
Move the resolution of certification of funds, the amount of $25,000.
Second the motion.
Any comments?
Ms. Ostroff is the attorney that's hiring the bankruptcy case with the Wheaton property at the entrance of town. This has been ongoing now between the foreclosure and the bankruptcy for the past 3 years, unfortunately. We do have a tentative court date in April, so hopefully that's when it should be wrapping up.
Once again, Ms. Ostroff was the only one that put a bid in for this, and I hope that we stay fair and open.
Mayor, she was not the only one that put a bid in. I'm sorry.
I was told she
Weren't
was.
there other special counsels that had bankruptcy on the list? Yeah.
Oh, we'll strike that then. We're all allowed to make mistakes, right, Virginia? Thank you.
Yeah.
Roll call.
Commissioner Ennis?
Yes.
Commissioner Davis?
Yes.
Commissioner Pereira Campari?
Yes.
Commissioner Sui?
Yes.
Mayor Santiago?
Yes.
Motion carries. Item 23, resolution authorizing professional service contract with Comegno Law Group, Rebecca Boudwin, to act as special foreclosure counsel for an amount not to exceed $20,000 for the period covering January 1st, 2017 through December 31st, 2017.
Move the resolution of certification of funds, the amount of $20,000.
Second the motion.
Any comments?
Yes, this law firm has also done an excellent job for us with the foreclosures. They were instrumental also on getting the foreclosure at least done on the Wheaton property.
Any other comments? Roll call.
Commissioner Ennis?
Yes.
Commissioner Davis?
Yes.
Commissioner Pereira Campari?
Yes.
Commissioner Sui?
Yes.
Mayor Santiago?
Yes.
Motion carries. Item 24, resolution authorizing professional service contract with Malley and Associates of Hollingswood, New Jersey, for special counsel for redevelopment for an amount not to exceed $35,000 for the period covering January 1st, 2017 through December 31st, 2017.
Yes, Mayor, move the resolution. I have certification of funds in the amount of $35,000.
Second the
Marcella
motion.
Shepherd.
Any comments?
Yes, Mr. O'Malley has been very helpful with the planning board. He helped us with parts of our changing the redevelopment with the land use changes, and he also helped us with the designation of the city that we passed last commission meeting to name the city a rehabilitation zone. So he has a lot of new ideas, and he's helping us move the city forward.
Yes, we're very fortunate to have Mr. Malley on our team. Once again, he's the only one that applied for this professional contract, and I hope that we stay fair and open. Roll call.
Commissioner Ennis?
Yes.
Commissioner Davis?
Yes.
Commissioner Pereira Campari?
Yes.
Commissioner Sui?
Yes.
And Mayor Santiago?
Yes.
Motion carries. Item 25, a resolution authorizing professional service contract with Stephen Kernan of Bridgeton, New Jersey, to act as conflict municipal public defender in an amount not to exceed $2,500 for the period covering January 1st, 2017 through December 31st, 2017.
Resolution being moved with a certification of availability, $2,500, signed by Marcella Shepherd.
Second motion.
Any comments? Roll call.
Commissioner Ennis?
Yes.
Commissioner Davis?
Yes.
Commissioner Pereira Campari?
Yes.
Commissioner Sui?
Yes.
Mayor Santiago?
Yes.
Motion carries. Item 26, resolution authorizing professional service contract with Brown and Connery to act as special counsel conflict labor relations matters in an amount not to exceed $50,000 for the period covering January 1st, 2017 through December 31st, 2017.
Move the resolution, and I have certification and funds in the amount of $50,000 signed by the CFO, Marcella Shepherd.
Second motion.
Any comments? Roll call.
Commissioner Ennis?
Yes.
Commissioner Davis?
Yes.
Commissioner Pereira Campari?
Yes.
Commissioner Sui?
Yes.
Mayor Santiago?
Yes.
Motion carries. Item 27, resolution authorizing award of professional service contract to retain Telsey and Telsey to perform professional legal services as municipal court prosecutor in an amount not to exceed $57,600 for the period covering from January 1st, 2017 through December 31st, 2017.
Resolution is being moved with certification of availability of funds totaling $57,600 signed by our Chief Financial Officer, Marcella Shepherd.
Second motion.
Any comments?
Yes, this is for the prosecutor. When I had public affairs, they worked with the code enforcement officers. They have done a very good job. They're very fair. They listen to the code enforcement officers and respect their opinion because they know what's going on with the properties in town, and they're helping to speed up the process. The contract's a little deceiving. This is actually for 2 sessions per court session, so they are getting paid about $300 per session. So that's 1 in the morning and 1 in the afternoon. They do all the discovery, prepare the cases. It's a lot of work involved, so we're really getting a good deal out of this.
As the Commissioner stated, Telsey and Telsey are doing a great job for our court system. They've been moving our cases along, and we're happy to have them aboard. Roll call.
Commissioner Ennis?
Yes.
Commissioner Davis?
Yes.
Commissioner Perecca-Campari?
Yes.
Commissioner Sui?
Yes.
Mayor Santiago?
Yes.
Motion carries. Item 28, a resolution authorizing professional service contract with William R. Mintz Agency of Millville, New Jersey, to serve as insurance broker of record on behalf of the municipality in an amount not to exceed $39,000 for the period covering January 1st, 2017 through December 31st, 2017.
Move the resolution of certification of funds in the amount of $39,000.
Second motion.
Any comments? Roll call.
Commissioner Ennis?
Yes.
Commissioner Davis?
Yes.
Commissioner Perecca-Campari?
Yes.
Commissioner Sui?
Yes.
Mayor Santiago?
Yes.
Motion carries. Item 29, resolution authorizing professional service contract with Blaney and Caravan to act as special labor counsel in an amount not to exceed $100,000 for the period covering January 1st, 2017 through December 31st, 2017.
Move the resolution, and I have certification of funds in the amount of $100,000 signed by Marcella Shepherd.
Second the motion?
Any comments? Roll call.
Commissioner Ennis?
No.
Commissioner Davis?
Yes.
Commissioner Perecca-Campari?
Yes.
Commissioner Sui?
Yes.
And Mayor Santiago?
No.
Motion carries. Item 30, a resolution authorizing professional service contract with Gruccio, Pepper, DeSanto, and Ruth to act as special labor counsel in an amount not to exceed $60,000 for the period covering January 1st, 2017 through December 31st, 2017.
Move the resolution, and I have certification of funds in the amount of $60,000 signed by Marcella Shepherd.
Second motion.
Any comments? Roll call.
Commissioner Ennis?
Yes.
Commissioner Davis?
Yes.
Commissioner Perecca-Campari?
Yes.
Commissioner Sui?
Yes.
Mayor Santiago?
Yes.
Motion carries. Item 31, a resolution authorizing professional service contract with Brendan Kavanaugh of Millville, New Jersey, to perform professional legal services as municipal public defender in an amount not to exceed $33,000 for the period covering January 1st, 2017 through December 31st, 2017.
Resolution is moved with a certification of availability of funds totaling $33,000 signed by our City Financial Officer, Marcella Shepherd.
Second motion? I'll second.
You second, okay. Okay.
Comments? Any comments?
Yes, on this, this is for 1 session per court date, so it comes to quite a bit over what the prosecutor presently is paid. The prosecutor does substantially more work, so therefore I think that this is in excess of what we should be paying for a public defender.
Mr. Cavanaugh works for me on the public safety as our public defender. He's doing an outstanding job. The money that he's making was agreed upon by myself and Commissioner Sui. Was a hard negotiation, but we got through it. He's doing an excellent job. I know that our court system, our administrator, and our judge are fine with him. He's doing an outstanding job. With that?
Mr. Mayor?
Yes.
Just one comment. That was for last year.
Correct.
I just want to make sure that the
Correct.
public realize that. That was negotiated last year, not this year.
Correct.
Okay.
And that went well. Roll call.
Commissioner Ennis?
Yes.
Commissioner Davis?
No.
Commissioner Perecca-Campari?
No.
Commissioner Sui?
No.
Mayor Santiago?
Yes.
A motion fails.
We've now reached the public comment portion of the meeting. Anyone that would like to address the commission, please go to the podium, state your name and address your concerns, and please limit your comments to approximately 5 minutes.
Dean and Ferrer, Doris Avenue, Millville. This is probably the third year in a row I came on the same item. It seems like I never got an answer on the Cable Act.
On the what, Dean, say it
On the
again?
Cable TV Act.
Okay.
We and I think almost everybody in this room, were affected by the monopoly of Comcast. Either you want Comcast or you have to go out and it's still going to cost you an arm and a leg. Just it was an increase. X amount of years ago, there was in here that it's set up that Comcast is the only provider allowed to provide cable TV in the homes carried via telephone poles. About a year ago, I came in and I mentioned, and one of the things, years ago, they were going to keep an office in. Well, needless to say, that office has moved out of town, and it's so-called temporary, well, temporary permanent, I would say, it's set up in the Violin in the Acme. So we don't have the option here, if you talk to like Verizon, to have FiOS, because the city of Millville can't because of that act. I talked to the state actually called me one day due to, I looked into it, and the recommendation there was the city not to sign that act, sign on, because it automatically, I think, gets extended. I know the city receives X amount of dollars from each subscriber, and I think it would continue no matter who was the provider. But I really like to have you to look into that, because the rates just went up. We're all paying, I could say, probably can ask everybody in this room what you pay for an average, your cable bill is a month, and it's probably all around the same as $200. Maybe it's cheaper because if we went to another provider, then all of a sudden you're not going to have that, like I said, that demand for just one company. We see tons of dishes on houses, DirecTV and all that, because some people can't afford the Comcast, and it's all because of that act. And I would just hopefully that somebody looks into it. Like I said, I've asked this, like I said, each time in the past 3+ years. And going even way back.
That contract expires in 2017, which is this year.
Yeah, it's something maybe to
So,
look at and see what our options are.
That's definitely something I'd like to look at.
Yeah.
I believe the contract says they have to not do something that they promised to do for it not to renew.
Yeah.
And since the office isn't here anymore,
We
it
as a-
seems like something
yeah.
they promised not to do.
As a consumer, it might be cheap. We're all trying to save money. There was an increase, like I said, this year of 6%, 4%. But we don't have that option. If you want, you got to divvy up your thing. You get your cable from one person, you get your telephone from one other company, and in the long run, you're paying in the long run a lot more money. That's, like I said, I just hope you can look into that and see when it comes up. See what we can
I
do.
agree with Commissioner Sui. I think it's something that needs to be looked into because there is a monopoly. I mean, it's obvious. There's a monopoly, and I've heard several area residents complaining about how their bills are continuously going up, and it's ridiculous. It really is, and I think that it needs to be looked into, and it's maybe a good thing that this year that contract expires.
I know there
That
are
may be good.
perks. There are perks that they offer. I mean, but I don't know if that can be done by any other company. I don't know if the internet to the city is free. I mean, because there's certain things that have to be done.
Internet to the city is not free.
Well, right. So these are things to really.
Come downstairs, we'll show you the bills.
It's something to really look into. Thank you.
Thank you,
Yes, sir.
Dean.
Thank you, Dean.
Sorry, take a little while. Kim Cardy, Millville. I have an increasing concern over what's happening with our water department, and I don't really honestly know where to start. At the December 6th meeting, the work session meeting, I believe it was Mr. Johnson made the statement that we needed to hire GPM Associates, I think it was, to help us do some compliance reporting to comply with the state's, the DEP's request of us to provide the lead and copper sampling plan and the WQP sampling plan. And I believe the quote was, forgive me, Completing the required materials evaluation pursuant to 40 CFR 141.86 will be time-consuming and difficult, especially considering the age of the systems and variations in distribution system and piping material. So we hired GPM Associates, $10,000 to $14,000, I believe. My concern is that's not a new requirement of us.
If I may,
Absolutely.
that, the part of it he's talking about is a new requirement. It's because of the Flint, Michigan,
No, it's
water.
not.
I'm telling you, that's what the DEP says. So the DEP put new requirements in.
They're not new
Not brand
requirements,
new,
though. I would
Go
love
ahead.
to talk to you afterwards, but they're not new requirements.
Okay, go ahead.
40 CFR 141.86 hasn't changed since 2007, and we're required to comply with it. The state is simply requiring us to produce these documents as part of their compliance check. If I'm wrong, I'm happy to say I'm wrong, and I'd love to see what you know.
We have to do more samples, and in addition to producing documents that we didn't have to produce before.
But we were required to have them. We might not have been asked to produce them before, but we've been required to have them. That's my concern.
I should have you talk directly to the engineer.
I would love to.
That-
I
I
really
can
would.
set- I
And
can
I'm
set
really
that up
concerned
for you.
about it.
It's a
And
good
I'm
idea.
concerned about
Yeah.
I'm concerned about there was a statement, and I didn't get to see the whole thing, about bacteria at the sewer plant. And from what I understand, it's the same bacteria that several of us came to the city and worked with the health department and communicated with DEP about when we all had pets that got ill and did not recover from it. So I'm not sure that's true,
Do you
and I'd like
remember
to
the
know
name of
more
that
about that.
What was
Do you remember the name of the bacteria? by any chance?
Serratia marcins.
It's different.
It's different.
Okay.
It is different.
That makes me feel a little better. But I am concerned about the compliance issues at the water department. Because if I'm right, and I might not be, I'm trying to understand it, and I know it's complicated, I'm not an engineer, I get it. But if I'm right, we're required to have these plans in place, then we're required to have them, whether the DEP asks for them or not. I have a professional certification myself. And if I don't meet the requirements of my certification, I don't do my due diligence as a certified professional. It's my responsibility. Take that a step further, we have a licensed operator, and it's his requirement to make sure that we're meeting all our compliance diligence. And I understand he's new, and I'm not looking to hang somebody in town square for not doing what they're supposed to, but I am a little concerned about it. Because we need to make sure that we're doing what we need to from a compliance perspective. And that's all. And I would love to talk
I
with
will
him
set
some more.
that up.
That'd be great.
I think what has happened is the reporting requirements have changed, requiring additional testing and additional reports. While the law you quoted may have been in place, the DEP adds additional regulations all the time and sends us out letters all the time that change their stance on certain things. So when I talked to the engineer about that, that's what he informed me.
Okay.
And
So I will set up a meeting between you and the
if I
engineer.
may, Mayor, I would like to say that with Wayne Johnson, I'm very confident and comfortable with Wayne serving as their engineer. He's not only
I think Wayne's
very
been great.
professional, but I know for a fact that he does his due diligence. He's very in touch with the law. He's respected on all levels, federal, state, as well as municipal.
Sure.
And he works in conjunction with our attorney. I'm very comfortable as not only a commissioner but a resident of the city of Millville. I'm very comfortable at the current time with the engineer that we have in Wayne Johnson, and I'm sure that he'd be willing to
Absolutely.
sit down and dialogue with you.
I would love to. Thank you.
Thank you, Kim.
Thanks, Ken.
Tim Cardy Mobile, first off, I'd like to thank you about taking your time out, reading my email about the noise ordinance and everything, working that out. And the second one, I received the email, Mr. Mayor, from my representative at ShotSpotter, and I forwarded it to you and Commissioner Campari, and I'll give Commissioner Campari a lot of credit. She responded back. With these grants, I haven't heard anything as far as right now if the city's even putting in for them. Maybe you can give me an answer today, tomorrow, next week, or I'm going to have to figure it out myself.
Well, Regina's right here, our administrator. She is looking into e-civic to contact them to see how we can look at those grants and see what we can do with the city and that group to go as far as we can with those grants. Is that correct?
And we're trying to see whether we need to have a grant writer, whether we can do it internally.
Actually,
We're not due till the end of the month, the 3 hours.
if you got the same email that I did, Regina, somebody has to schedule a conference call with Amanda Wood from the
ShotSpotter.
Yes, and they're going to submit all the grants and everything. All somebody's
She's
got,
got it.
right. But the city, all they got to do is schedule the conference call. And if you would like, I'll forward you the email, because the city don't even have to write the grant. Their representatives will.
I'll be in contact with you.
Okay, I'll double check on that by the end of the next week then.
I have your email. I'll email to you and tell you. Very good.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Ted. Thanks, Regina.
See,
Mary Messick here of Millville. First of all, this isn't a concern. This is just a generalized statement. I'd like to thank the city's law enforcement as well as the city for working very close together with Code Blue. And once again, this is our third year of doing Code Blue, and these 3 years we've had a very good rapport between Code Blue and the city as well as our law enforcement. And yes, Code Blue still needs volunteers, and they are activating Code Blue for Thursday, the 5th, clear on through until the 7th of this month so far, and which is based by weather. And if anybody is interested in volunteering with Code Blue, I would suggest that you reach out to Pastor Steve Harris, Susan Stowe, or Cindy Cook. And that I thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
thank you, Mary. Seeing no one else.
Seeing no one else, I close the public portion part of this meeting. Comments of commissioners. Commissioner Davis.
Yeah, thank you, Mayor.
You're welcome.
On December 25th, the Millville Elks, for the second year in a row, hosted the U.S. Coast Guard recruits from Cape May to a holiday dinner. There were over 100 recruits this year, and it got them away from the rigors of basic training for 3 or 4 hours. You know, they had fun. They got to talk to their families via cell phones that were donated, and Elks provided a great home and a great meal for these guys. And it's just one of the many things that the Elks do quietly throughout the city. Whenever you get a chance to give back to the Elks, take advantage of that, please. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioner Sui.
Well, I'm a little optimistic about beginning of this year. We'll see how long it lasts. But the last 3 years, we've been cleaning up a lot of messes, and most of those messes are pretty far gone. There's still some work to do with them. But I think we can actually accomplish some good things now. I think you'll see the culmination of the efforts, for example, to get the Wheaton property, to get High Street paved, to get the solar panels out at 15th Street, reduce the electric bills a little bit, to finish fixing this whole building to make it watertight, and several other projects. You know, we have some new projects in mind that I'll be introducing to the public shortly. Not huge ones, but a couple more streets to be paved as we get back to basics. Shortly you will see the ordinance introduced for the bonds that Mr. Johnson was talking about at the work session at the last regular meeting, to continue to upgrade our water system and to get all that work done. And so with that, progress, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioner Ennis.
Progress.
Commissioner Pereckman-Perry.
Yes, I just want to say Commissioner Sui and I will be on the radio again on January 14th at 11 a.m. It's 92.1. If anybody would like to call in and give us some suggestions of what to do this year, that would be appreciated. And I want to wish everyone a happy and healthy new year. Progress.
Thank you, Commissioner. As Commissioner Sui stated, I don't know if it's the beginning of this meeting or the last meeting, on Saturday, his department is putting on the Three Kings Day, which is a special day for the Latin community. Last year, we had, about 40, 50 kids. That'll be on Saturday right here, January 7th, 17, 11 to 1. Any questions, you can contact Samantha Cruz in Commissioner Sui's department. I'd also like to congratulate the new mayor of the city of Vineland, Anthony Fanucci, who was sworn in on the 1st, along with his I guess, commission? Council, council, and that would be Paul Spinelli, Angela Calakis, David Acostas, Ron Francisini, and Al Vargas. Had the opportunity to go there. Great event, and I wish him all the luck. And we've had contact, and he's willing to work with us and definitely willing to work with the city of Vineland. Commissioner Davis and I went to the freeholders. They just put in 2 new people. Well, Darlene Barber's been there. She was reelected, but also a young person, Joseph Vincent Spiratio. That was a great ceremonies that we went to yesterday. A lot of family members there, and it looks like the freeholders have a good group of people there that I think are going to continue to do good things for this county. As always, Happy New Year's to all of you. I hope all of you had an enjoyable night that night. I wish you all the best of luck. And for this commission, as Commissioner Sui has mentioned, I'm looking just for the best, for the positive thing, not the negative things. I look for us to move forward. I look for us to make the city of Millville better. I look for us not to bring our personal issues to this stage. We don't need it. We're here to serve the public and the citizens of Millville, and I am dedicated to that. With that, thank you for coming. Enjoy your night, and I have a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn?
Second.